Okay, guys. So let's continue. For the facial expression of our patient is gonna give away a lot of indications about the disease that the patient is suffering from. So let's start when we see the patient first. We are gonna see how they're responding and how their facial. We are gonna see three things. That is abnormal facial skin. We are gonna first see their skin, how there might be rashes on their skin, there might be discoloration on their skin, which will tell a lot about their disease. That is the facial skin. And we might also see about the expressions they are giving when we are talking, and when they are having the definite consciousness about the surroundings and about what they are talking about. And then we also have the habitus, that is the general makeup of their face, and like how their face is looking. So let's move on with the abnormal facial skin. So abnormal facial skin, we might have jaundice and bronzing. That is basically discoloration, which will be due to, we all know what jaundice is, because of the bilirubin being in our body for a long time. This is gonna cause yellow coloration of our body. We also might see hematocrosis, and also we might see primary biliary cirrhosis, which is also a liver disease. And then we might also see edema in our patient, that will be due to superior vena cava obstruction. There is also telangiectasia, which is shown by different diseases like dermatomyositis and scleroderma, and systemic lupus erythematosus, that is an autoimmune disease. And also we have hereditary hemorrhagic telangiectasia. And also we have pigmentation, we have pigmentation when most of the patients have pigmentations around their face, like just on the cheeks, below their cheekbone, and around their lips, or on the forehead. There are many diseases which show this, like Addison's, Nelson's, Peutz-Jeghers, and everything. And then let's move on to the abnormal facial expressions. For abnormal facial expressions, we will see unilateral weakness. That is, unilateral weakness can be weakness on one side of their face. Whenever they're talking, they're gonna move their other side of the face a lot, and less movement in other side of the face. This can be also caused in hemiplegia and facial palsy. You see this in these two diseases. And we have haggard akinetic, like the movement is gonna be faster or very slow. This you can see in Parkinsonism and myotonic dystrophy and myxedema. And there will be staring kind of look when the patient when you see a Graves' disease patient. You will see that the patient is looking like giving a staring look on your face, and their eyes are gonna be popped out. And then we also have clubbed or nicotinic stains on the face of the patient, which then we can know that it's a Horner syndrome. Now let's move to the abnormal habitus. Abnormal habitus is basically when your proportions of your face are seen. Then in acromegaly, we can see the patient is gonna have long face with long chin, and also their nose is gonna be a bit long and broad. In Cushing syndrome, we will see there is obesity around the face, like the fat around the face, and their face is gonna be round shaped, and they're gonna have a clubbed neck. And there will also be hypopituitarism, in which we will see albster skin, which is also known as pale skin. We also have Paget's where we see Paget's face, and we also have Marfan syndrome, where we will see hypertensionable look, where we see hypertensionable look. Thank you.